Jeff, how'd the group look today coming back after a couple of days off? What stood out about practice?
Just their excitedness and their level, intensity, and they're good kids, man. And we got a bad taste in our mouth right now, and we feel that and kind of want to get it out of our mouths.
Where does that come from, just coming off of the Tulane still lingering, or where's that feeling come from?
Yeah.
How about Marshall? Are you guys already looking at them, or is it more internal work at this time early in the...
No, it's Marshall. All eyes are on them right now.
What stands out to you about them?
Well, defensively, they're really good. You know, they're top 35 in most categories, top 10 in some categories. They've been very consistent there all year. Offensively, you know, that's where they've had to get more consistent, and they've done that in 2 of the last 3 weeks. So they got off to a really great start. Lost a heartbreaker at NC State. They beat Virginia Tech. Then they got, you know, kind of injured and went through a tough stretch and rallied back out of that thing. And I think that's 7 years in a row they made a bowl, and 10 out of the last 11. And they've got a very proud program that's played tough teams for a long time.
Jeff, what was your reaction to Trey Moore entering the transfer portal? What was the conversation like leading up to that decision?
That's just something Trey felt like he needed to do for Trey. We're excited for Trey. That's what he wants to do.
Did it take you by surprise at all?
Nothing takes anybody by surprise anymore. But as much as he loves San Antonio, and, you know, being a single-digit guy, I know a lot went into that decision for Trey. And we're going to be grateful we had him for 3 years and just leave it at that.
You've talked a few times about how you handle the situation with Sincere and Tariq going to the NFL and keeping them around through the bowl process. Is Trey still involved, or is he just kind of out of here at this point?
No, he's ready to move on.
Coach, I know it's not unique to UTSA, but what kind of challenge does that provide, you know, preparing for a bowl game, but also on the flip side of that, what opportunity does that give for, you know, younger guys in the program to step up and, you know, maybe play in a bowl game?
Yeah, I think whether you like it or not, it's the new way of college football. I mean, bowl season is almost a total separate thing from the regular season. And obviously all of us older guys, traditionalists, that's taking us a little more time to get used to, would be a kind way to say that. And, you know, I don't think anything's been normal since I've become a head coach. The 4 years that I've been here, our very first one, you know, I was told 2 days before the game I couldn't coach because of COVID. We had 22 players out. Next year you play San Diego State and there's 20 more players out, plus you had a few opt-outs. So that was different for all of us, right? And last year, you know, my dad died that week. We had a situation on the team that came up that had never happened to us before. And had some guys that didn't play in the game, played a very good Troy team and lost a heartbreaker. And then there's this year, you know, the situation with Trey, and that's just, it's just college football. And it's not just us dealing with it. Like every team has people in the transfer portal right now, including Marshall. Coach Huff's having to deal with it. I got buddies I'm talking on the phone with. We're all dealing with it. One thing that's a little different this year is we're all calling each other, talking to each other, and we're just all sharing information about our kids that we're sending out to another school or whatever. It's just weird. It's a weird time.
How does Marshall's situation with the transfers impact how you prepare for them? I know they're going to be without their starting quarterback. Does that change a lot for you guys?
We're just trying to guess what they're going to do, and just like they're going to try to guess what we're going to do without Trey Moore. I mean, we're all trying to. You just don't get to go watch the video like you would normally. You just got to kind of guess what they might be doing.
Talking about winning that first bowl game for you as a coach and for this program, do you see a more heightened sense of urgency now trying to get that first bowl victory?
Now, we've gotten that question quite a bit. I just know how excited we were 4 years ago to be in our first bowl game in a while. So I know my kids are focused. It was just such a distraction, me not being there, and so many kids missing. Then the next year, we barely got to play that game. We were like, we had a tight end. If he would have tested positive for COVID, which we thought he had it, we were going to pull out of that game. Then last year, there was down there with the situations we had. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, to say that it'd be more heightened would infer that we weren't really really ready the last 3 years. I just didn't really feel that way. But I do know we have a group of seniors that are going out, and it's very important to them. And they could leave here being a 2-time conference champion, plus the first group to ever win a bowl game in the history of the school. That'd be a nice little cherry to put on top before you left, I think.
Who do you see stepping up at that outside linebacker spot without Trey there? What do you expect from Jamori with this opportunity now?
Yeah, Jamori's played great all year. He'll be fine. And obviously, James, Wally will get to play, a freshman that we feel good about. That's been on the scout team all year. And we've got, a couple other kids we're working over there that we just don't really want to say who yet. Just we don't want Marshall to know.
I know Nana's a guy that it seemed like coming into the year before the injury that you thought he might make an impact there. Is that, as you project ahead, do you expect a lot out of him maybe next season and beyond?
Yeah, Nana will be great. He'll be great. Right now, Greg, it's not a real good time for me to be talking about any of my young kids because I just don't want anybody robbing them from my roster. So I'd rather keep them hidden until the transfer portal window closes. So let's talk about the young guys later.
I was going to ask you, to that end, is there more concern about other guys who could end up following what Trey did, or do you see?
There's so much tampering going on and stuff going on, man. It's just, it is what it is, right? And it's not just me. Like every coach is having to feel this right now. And you have to look at every team like it's a one-year team now. In the old days, we practice 15 practices for the young guys, and now you're like terrified one of your young guys is going to go off for 300 yards on national TV, and what do you know? They got in the transfer portal the next day. I mean, it's just the way of the new world, man.
I know you said last year it was 7 guys who you thought got approached. Is there a number you can put on this cycle? How many of your guys you think have been contacted?
Already have been or going to be.
I guess either way.
Yeah, we've got a good football team, so it's a high number.
It feels like you're kind of playing like a game, maybe since the portal opened, maybe playing like a game of Clue as a coach, maybe trying to figure out who's tampering and who's not. It's probably got to be pretty awkward.
It's just there's, they all know. Yeah, I don't even like talking about it. I really don't want to talk about it because it's going to be on some news show. It'll be a clip, and again, everybody's going to go, who even cares? Like I don't think anybody cares anymore. It's just it is what it is. It's just the way of the new world. Whoever shows up, you're going to coach those guys. You're going to do your best to keep them. I love all of them. And we've done really well ourselves from the transfer portal. I would say as much as we've lost, we've really improved our team. I mean, every coach has that. Like, start looking at the guys on my team that were from the transfer portal, that were really good players. And some coaches back with their media, lost his guy. We're all going through it right now.
It was announced today that Mike Oresco is retiring as the commissioner of the American. What are your thoughts on that and what this first year in the American has meant for you guys?
I hate that because Mike is such an ambassador for this league, man. He is. You talk about somebody passionate about something. He is passionate about this conference and what he's done for it and how he's banged the drum for this conference for so long. And we'll miss Mike. We're very grateful for how much he believed in us, and I know how excited he was for us to move into this league, and we're going to miss Mike and his leadership.